In my opinion, one of the best ways to learn something is to just jump in there and do it. But we're not talking about turning a milk carton into a birdhouse, we're talking about motorcycles. So I definitely recommend everybody take some sort of basic safety course, but they're not going to teach you everything. So in this video, we're going to talk about 5 things nobody told me about motorcycles when I first started. Drivers can't see you. It goes without saying that those left-hand turning vehicles are, by far, the biggest threat to motorcycle riders. Unfortunately, it's these drivers who pull out in front of a bike that they can't see that cause the most catastrophic damage to a bike and the biker. Multi-lane roads and highways aren't much better. Drivers can hardly see full-size vehicles in their blind spot when switching lanes, so do you really believe they're going to be able to see a motorcycle? Riding a bike creates a sense of hyper-awareness and a healthy amount of fear, and that's not a bad thing. The second you become too comfortable on a bike could be the moment that someone lurches into you. Stoplights and motorcycles. Now, I'm sure we've all pulled up to a red light and an intersection before and waited for what seemed like ever for the light to turn green, only to realize that if we had scooted just a little closer, we'd trigger the intersection's wait sensor. Well, on a motorcycle, you're going to be doing a lot of waiting. Much to the dismay of many bike owners, streetlights that are triggered by the weight of a vehicle won't really work for motorcycles. Unless, of course, you're riding one of these big old giant Harley baggers or something. But don't worry, the more you ride, the more you'll find of those around your local area, and the more you'll learn to avoid them. Motorcycles and mental health. Whether it be work, school, or any of other life stresses that have us bogged down on a daily basis, most of us find ourselves escaping through TV or some sort of other entertainment. But when you have a motorcycle, escapism is a completely different thing altogether. And instead of allowing your time and self-esteem to dwindle away while you're doing useless activities, riding a bike actually helps you blow off some of that steam. Now, of course, it's not, some sort of magical cure, but ask anyone who rides a motorcycle, and they'll tell you that it relieves a lot of their pent-up stress and anxiety. Plus, owning a motorcycle makes most people feel overall happier every time you go for a ride. Motorcycles are addictive. Anything that feels as good as riding a motorcycle has a funny way of becoming unbearable to live without. And, for many riders, this is very much the case. The freeing sensation most get while riding a bike is enough to start a regular bike craving, but then you combine that with the speed and adrenaline, and you've got yourself a new addiction. It only takes a few rides to ignite a strong passion for motorcycling. New riders, and many seasoned bikers, will take the twisties every day if they can. The biker wave. So even if you currently don't ride a motorcycle, chances are you've at least seen the biker wave. Essentially, it's when 2 motorcycles pass each other. It's usually left arm down, 2 fingers pointed towards the ground, basically saying, "Hey brother, I like what you got, stay safe, keep the rubber side down." Now, the first time you take your bike out on the main road and someone doesn't wave at you, don't get discouraged. Some people just aren't into it. And for some reason, cruiser guys, hardcore cruiser guys that is, don't really like waving at sport bike guys, and vice versa. Personally, I own both, and I'll wave at anybody. So a lot of that seems like common knowledge, but if it helps at least one person, I think it's worth talking about. So if you like that video and want to learn more about the possible dangers of riding a motorcycle, check out this video right here. And as always, guys, be safe, and I'll see you next time. See ya!